Is it okay to ask questions after their answers and not to like acknowledge
But I
that
have a
part?
framework. I can close anything with my framework. I don't care. I have a framework that is flexible, that is there to help me create a gap. There's a lot of things here that I should use to probe in. Let's see what older Paulo does. Paulo from the past.
Is it okay if they go on a rant or they talk a lot of things? Is it okay if we take a pause to summarize what they said just to confirm and then move from there?
So let's see what I do. I believe this call was like 2 weeks ago or something, so it's pretty fresh. Let me know if you can hear that. Hey, Eric, can you hear me all good?
Man, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Fantastic. Thank you so much for asking. How about yourself?
Oh man, I'm good. Just plugging away here at work. Took a quick hour break, so I'm just ready to rock and roll.
All right. We're booked for 45 minutes or so. Are you still good for that time?
Oh yeah. Yep, we're good.
Yeah. Okay. And just to confirm, you booked this call because you're looking for more external professional help when it comes to your dating life. Is that correct?
Yeah. I'm just actually first night on my own last night. Divorced, so I just got my place. So I'm starting out fresh, man.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm just connecting my earbuds here in a second. I don't lose anything.
Yep.
Cool. So for context, these calls are pretty simple. At first, it's all about understanding in detail, kind of like what's going on your side, main challenges, what are you looking for as well, and really understanding if there's alignment with where you're at and what we got going on over here. If there's alignment, then I'm more than happy to walk you through the plan, the process, and kind of like break it down for you, answer your questions. So just to put a focus on our conversation, when it comes to your dating life, what would you say, or what do you feel is the biggest challenge right now?
I mean, my biggest challenge is I like I said, I just got out of a pretty messy divorce. 13 years. I've been with her 15, so I'm just stepping fresh back into the game. My biggest challenge personally, I think, is going to be finding myself again. My individuality, what I like to do. I've kind of lost all that.
All right. So first analysis, we start the call. We don't ask about the freaking weather. We don't ask about how is their day. We go straight into the most important thing for the person, which is the reason why they're on the call. That is the biggest form of rapport, of connection, is truly caring about what they care about. Right? So can you hear me? Yes, cool. So you booked this call today because you're looking for external help and guidance when it comes to your dating life. Is that correct? Yes. Cool. Here's how we run these calls. We frame the call. Sound good. Cool. And then North Star question. With this level of tonality, with this level of pacing, and with this level of emphasis, when it comes to your dating life, what is the biggest challenge you're facing right now? Boom. We ask the question in the best way it can be possibly asked, and doesn't guarantee you a good answer. But in this case, boom, we got a great answer. We got problems, we got challenges, we got multiple things we can probe into. So now, because I'm asking very good, high quality questions, and let's see how good I am. Because again, I don't have 200 dating offer calls in my back. This is a niche that I haven't closed a lot of calls of, but I have a framework. I can close anything with my framework. I don't care. So I have the questions and I have the skill to be able to spot the windows of opportunity to start diving into pain as soon as possible. I have a framework that is flexible, that is there to help me create a gap. So let's see what I do. There's a lot of things here that I should use to probe into. I shouldn't go into current situation. I already have opportunities to poke a problem. So let's see what older Paulo does. Paulo from the past. That's okay. That's what we're here for, helping you kind of like get a little bit of awareness in terms of like where we're at right now. And then from there, we can kind of like figure out what it is that we need. So when you say finding myself again, can you break that down for me a little bit more? Boom. When you say finding myself again, can you break that down for me a little bit more? Probing there, because now it's going to tell me a problem.
So I used to be very passionate into sports, fitness, exercise, which I'm now very active back in it. So I'm picking up where I left off. I used to skateboard, play music. And when you get married, I kind of lost a lot of that, a lot of touch with.
When I get married, I lost all of that.
What made me as an attractive person, because
I lost what made me an attractive person. I lost what made me an attractive person. So this person is opening up right from the gate. Okay. And big part of that is because I am present. I am asking the questions in the right way. I am not. What's the biggest challenge you have right now, man? And what do you do for a living? No, I am there, and he can feel that, and he can see that I don't have an agenda. I don't following a script. I am fully present. He can feel that.
I don't really know how to love myself anymore. So for
I don't know how to love myself anymore.
me, it's just getting the confidence to, get back in the game and actually have a little self-confidence in myself and have some self-worth.
What do you feel has been the main things recently? What have you noticed within yourself that has gotten you into this place where you're a little bit lost, or you don't have that confidence, or you're not be able to rebuild it by yourself, so to say? So I just want to picture, and I want you to analyze my word economy. He finishes answering, hit them with another question. Right? It's not that, oh yeah, I totally understand, man. I also used to feel that way as well. And just like discovery is you ask questions, they do all the talking.
I guess
For
for
Aaron,
me,
Go on.
is it okay if they go on a rant or they talk a lot of things? Is it okay if we take a pause, summarize what they said just to confirm and then move from there?
That's fine. If you do not ask a question, but instead you choose to do a little summary, that's okay. Because summaries is a display of empathy. That's good.
All right.
But we don't give advice.
also,
we don't share opinions. We don't say statements. We don't do any of that.
is it okay to ask questions after their answers and not do like acknowledge and that part?
Yes. But you have to display emotional intelligence, okay? If they say, my mom just died, you're not going to say, okay, got you. Next question. You're going to say, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Is this still a good time to have a conversation? I just want to make sure. No, this is good. Right? So, yes. As you can see, I'm not doing that. That AAA is more for the DMs. It's more for setting. Acknowledge, add value, ask a question. That's more for the setters.
is I took care of my wife. I just got too involved. I didn't have boundaries set up. So for me,
I took care of my wife. I stopped taking care of me. I didn't have boundaries for myself. You see? Pain.
gave up, or didn't give up, but didn't have the passion in doing the things I like to do that made me an attractive man anymore. So for me, I think it's just knowing how to talk to women, how to strike up that conversation, how to initiate.
Okay, but you were there. Of course, it's been a long time, but before this long relationship, you were there, or you never were able to get to that place where you had that confidence, that control, that abundance?
I had it in the beginning, but so context.
So why I'm asking this question? Why I'm asking them, but you were there or you never got to that place? Because if he tells me I was there, now he has an anchor point of who he can become, right? It's like in weight loss. It's like I was at this weight, now I'm overweight. So that's very valuable information because I can use that. It's like, okay, you were there at some point, and sort of like through this marriage, you lost your way, you lost yourself. Why is that though? Now he's going to tell me why he lost. And then I can ask, how does that make you feel? But I don't need to ask that because he's already giving it to me. If he's already giving it to me, why I'm going to ask it? I already have it. That's the power of asking really good questions and really good probing questions, that it just like you go super fast because they just give you everything, right? And you can only do that if you do not have a script. You can only do that if you are fully present. And you can only do that if you have a flexible framework like what we have here. It's not a script. It's not a rigid framework. It's flexible because it's not about following the framework. It's about building the gap. That's the most important thing. We optimize for building the gap, not to follow the framework or following a script. And that gives you that flexibility. And that's why I can close this deal in less than 44 minutes because I was collecting payments. So maybe I closed them in 40 minutes, 5K deal.
She's got a lot of mental issues and there was a lot of narcissism. So she controlled me emotionally. So I kind of let her break down all my barriers.
She controls me emotionally, right? Again, he's doing all the work here. All I need to do is just making sure that he understands that I am here for him, that I see him. Like he's just giving me everything. You could just tell.
And boundaries and things that kind of made me a man, how I felt good about myself. So really positive guy. I'm a good looking guy. I have a lot going on for me. I don't have any kids. So I don't think it's going to take much, but I just, even getting back into the dating game to navigate that, I don't even know what that's like anymore. I used to go out to the bar, find people, around. Now it's just seems like it's a whole different chapter. It's kind of scary. And honestly,
he's scary. You see all the emotions he's putting on the table, right? So it's just like, okay, like I'm good with pain. I think at this point, I'm thinking, I don't need to bury him anymore. Like he's burying himself in pain,
I didn't talk to women. I was married, so I don't even know how to like engage in a conversation with a healthy conversation anymore. So I just don't have. I don't think I have. I have confidence. I'm a confident guy, but I just don't know the context of it anymore. I guess if that makes sense.
It does. I appreciate you for sharing. So just to make sure I'm following you correctly. You see what I say? Like it does. En plan, meaning it makes sense. But most importantly, when I just simply say it does, it's like, I hear you. I hear you, man. I see you. It's not what I'm saying. It's everything. It's a holistic thing. It's my energy, what I'm thinking. I am there, you know? And he can feel that. He doesn't even need to see that. He feels that I'm there. What I'm hearing is that because it's been 15 years, if I'm correct, you know, this huge chunk of time without you kind of like being back into the game. But not only the time that looked like back then, but also this specific relationship has kind of like, rather than develop you and kind of like empowered you, has kind of like taken away from you, and that has put you in a position where there are a lot of things that I don't know how to call it, like negative consequences within you because of the relationship. Those two elements, the time and the fact that you feel that way right now, has kind of like gotten you in this place where you're like, I want to get back, but I might need, you know, professional help or someone to just simply kind of like help me get there a little bit faster, maybe.
Sure. Yeah, that's absolutely right. You know, I found Mark.
It's a little bit of a recap. It's like, okay, so just to make sure that I'm hearing you properly, the time factor, the fact that you've been so long out of the game, and because during these 15 years, you've kind of like lost yourself, has taken you to this place where you want to get back, where you want to do it with professional help. And that's why you're on this call today. Is that what I'm hearing? Yes. So that was like a little bit of a recap. And the good thing about recaps is that it displays empathy. It's like, okay, this guy is hearing me, but he passes the mic so they can continue talking. They can continue to give me more things. So when you do a recap, they might say, yes, that's correct. And also this, or no, that's not correct. It's this, but also this. So there's an opportunity there so that they can give you more information.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. You know, I found on Spotify, I've been like a sponge since I've been going through this divorce. So I've been a sponge of like good, positive information. And I found, and I relate to a lot to, you know, he was straight edge, and I didn't drink growing up, and I'm pretty straight laced kind of guy. I like to have fun and like to enjoy sports and activities, but it's just a lot of the stuff that he talks about I relate with, and I feel the same way. Like I'm not a douchebag. I don't want to be that guy, but I still am very attracted to women, and I want to do the right thing when I talk to them, and I don't want to scare off possibly the right person in my life because I'm just.
I don't want to scare off possibly the right woman in my life. So there is a fear of missing opportunities as well, right? Because I don't have the skills and I haven't found myself yet. I'm not built to the level of confidence and individuality that I want.
Don't know, you know.
Yeah, so losing opportunities. I hear you for sure. Okay,
Yep.
I have makes sense what you're sharing. Thank appreciate you for sharing. Let's go a little bit more, I guess, strategical, but a little bit more kind of like visually. Can you walk me through a couple of things? Number one, when was the divorce, or how long have you been kind of like single?
Last night was my first night by myself in my house, so it's really fresh. I mean, we're 30 days into the process. You know, like I said, she was sick a lot of our relationship with no diagnosis, so I was controlled a lot through that because I went into caretaker mode. And I initiated the divorce because I found out that she was talking to somebody behind my back. So there's the cheating element too, which.
So there's a cheating element too as well. So you see, it's just like 7.5 minutes in, like this guy is in pain. Like there's no doubt about it. He's giving me love. Like the gap that I have right now in 7 minutes, the gap, do you guys remember the graph, the 2 bars and whatnot? Is huge already. Like we're like 5x, you know what I mean? Or even more. So I'm in a good position here as far as like the, you know, the gap that has been built so far. So because of that, you know, if right now I just kind of like skip everything. So if I skip goals and consequence, it makes sense because I already have the gap. It's a flexible process. Okay, let's see what
honestly makes it easier for me. So I have some betrayal and I have some, you know, things I'm working through. But I want to work through it with somebody professional that's been through this, knows this. And like I said, some of Mark's stuff, it relates very heavily with what I have going on. And
okay,
just how to treat people.
Okay, I hear you. Okay, that's definitely interesting. Typically what we see in general, right, is when normally like most people like to kind of like go through a process of either dwelling or kind of like, you know, handling it however they want during, you know, a couple of months. And then, you know, around that time they start to reach out or they start to connect. That's kind of like the tendency that we see. So I guess like for you, what do you feel has gotten you into a place where you're like, I would just rather kind of like start directly with professional help rather than, for example, I don't know, just let it time pass for 1 or 2 months, kind of like see how you see yourself by yourself. Okay, so it was like, I remember now. So here was like, okay, it sounds pretty good, but let me just get a little bit more. So now what I'm doing here is an adapted version of DIY versus help. It's an adapted version of why not just going through your typical dwelling process and just go on your own? Why considering getting back into the game directly with professional hands? Can you guys see what I'm doing here? Okay. I don't need to do this. Okay. This is just extra safety. I just want to make sure that I have more gap. Doing it essentially. What's the reasoning behind it? Just so I get a better picture there.
Well, I've honestly been, my divorce is like just pretty recent, but I've been kind of mourning this divorce for quite a while. So, and I agree with you. I'm not 100% ready to get right back in the dating field per se, because there's some things that I need to heal from. I agree with you 100%. I don't want to go into a relationship with my old relationship, so I need to be good with that. But I feel like for me, a big part of the healing process is to start learning some of these skills and traits and making new friends and talking to women and just getting out there. I think
this is very important, because if I don't get this piece of information, for example, and I don't get this clarity, when I pitch, I might pitch that straight into how to get new woman, when in reality, what he genuinely feels he needs right now is finding himself first. He's doing this for himself first, not necessarily to find the right one. He wants to find the right partner for him, but first he wants to find himself. And, you know, he said that at the beginning, but this is the second time he's saying it in a different way, but he's saying it. So what I'm going to do in my presentation, I already know this because I remember this call, is like, I'm going to adapt my presentation more towards giving him power, making him stepping into his best version of himself, because that's what he needs. And that's what he wants. Yeah.
Of healing with, learning, his tactics and just.
Let's just go a little bit further and see what's up there.
The person that I can actually it's not my number one priority is this.
I agree. Like, we have this saying that, we don't have business problems. We have personal problems that kind of like contaminates our business area and aspect, because if
he was saying that he was a very successful business owner, this part of his life is the only part that
All right, that's it for this video. If you like it, smash the like button. It really helps the channel and also tells me that, hey, maybe I should do more of these videos. Number 2, share your biggest takeaway down in the comments below. Just one biggest takeaway. We'd love to know. I read all the comments. And number 3, if you have a request for a video or a specific challenge you're facing as a high ticket closer or in your calls, share it down below or share it privately in my Instagram. I'm more than happy to have that in mind for future videos. I'll see you in the next one.